Let's talk about something that's on a lot of screens: pornography. It's everywhere, whether we acknowledge it or not, quietly shaping the digital landscape and influencing millions of lives every day. This isn't about shame or morals. That's not the point. We're not here to judge anyone's choices or preferences. Instead, let's ask, when you click on those giant free porn websites, who owns them, and how did they get so big, so fast, and so free? What's really happening behind the scenes when you press play? These sites get more traffic than Netflix, Amazon, and Twitter combined. The numbers are staggering, billions of visits every month, from every corner of the globe. For many, their first ideas about sex come from a website, not a classroom or a parent. The internet has become the new sex educator, for better or worse. Porn isn't a niche, it's a mainstream cultural force woven into the fabric of the internet. It's as common as social media, and just as influential, but it operates in a gray area with little oversight and even less transparency. Most people have no idea who's really in charge or how these sites are run. So, let's pull back the curtain, not to judge, but to see who's pulling the strings. Who profits, who decides what you see, and why. We'll look at how a handful of companies dominate what billions see, and how their business decisions shape not just content, but our expectations and behaviors. Their influence reaches far beyond the screen. This is about technology, money, and power. It's a story of big business, hidden deals, and the race for your attention. When something is free on such a massive scale, you're not the customer. You're the product. Your habits, your interests, your private moments, they're all up for grabs. Your clicks, your data, your attention. That's the real currency. Every second you spend is tracked, analyzed, and sold. The industry isn't just selling videos, it's selling you to advertisers. Your digital footprint is incredibly valuable. To keep you clicking, it's built a system that learns what you like and gives you more, then something a little more extreme. The algorithms are always working, always adapting. It's a feedback loop with consequences for both the people on screen and the people watching. The impact goes deeper than most realize, affecting relationships, expectations, and even mental health. So, let's get into it. Let's explore what's really behind the pixels and why it matters to all of us. End scene. To understand how we got here, let's rewind the clock and take a quick journey through the history of porn. The story is more surprising than you might think. For decades, accessing porn meant real effort. Going out to a theater or a video store, paying money and facing some social risk or embarrassment. That friction acted as a natural barrier, keeping consumption somewhat in check and making it a more private, even taboo experience. Then came the internet. Early online porn was clunky and slow, with grainy images and endless loading times. You usually had to pay, leaving a paper trail that made some people think twice before clicking buy. Studios controlled what was made and sold, deciding what content reached the public. But everything changed around 2006 with the rise of tube sites, which would upend the entire industry. Inspired by YouTube, these new platforms let anyone upload and watch porn for free. Suddenly, the supply was infinite, the friction was gone, and anyone with a camera could become a creator. Why pay for a DVD or a magazine when you could stream anything instantly for free from the privacy of your own home? The power shifted dramatically from producers to platforms almost overnight. Tube sites didn't make the porn. They just hosted it, claiming to be neutral platforms. But neutrality in an industry built on exploitation and controversy is a tricky business, raising questions about responsibility and ethics. The old studio model collapsed, unable to compete, and the aggregators took over, changing the landscape forever. The result? A flood of free content, a business model with little accountability, and a world where porn is just a click away for anyone, anywhere, at any time. End scene. Tube sites didn't just make porn free, they made it addictive. With a few clicks, anyone could access an endless stream of content, available anytime, day or night. They borrowed social media's most engaging features, recommendation algorithms. Watch one video, and you're instantly shown a dozen more, each carefully selected to keep you watching, drawing you deeper into the platform. The goal? Keep you on the site as long as possible, because more watch time means more ad revenue. The algorithm doesn't care about your well-being. It's only optimized for engagement, not for your health or happiness. It learns what holds your attention and pushes that content to the top. Over time, what was once shocking becomes normal, and what was normal starts to feel boring. The system adapts, always searching for what will keep you hooked. The user's baseline for arousal shifts, not by choice, but by design. Performers and producers chase trends, creating content that fits what's getting clicks, often pushing boundaries to stand out in a crowded field. Tube sites became the silent directors, dictating what gets made without ever filming a scene. They hold all the power, but take none of the responsibility for the consequences. The result, a feedback loop that shapes both the industry and its audience. The business model is incredibly profitable and deeply problematic, raising questions about its impact on society and individuals. The algorithm is always pushing for more novelty, more intensity, more clicks. It never stops searching for the next thing to keep you engaged, no matter the cost. End scene. For years, tube sites operated in the shadows, until 2020. A New York Times expose revealed that MindGeek, owner of Pornhub, was hosting videos of abuse and non-consensual acts. The problem wasn't isolated, it was systemic. The anyone can upload model made these sites havens for horrific material. The fallout was swift. MasterCard and Visa cut ties, choking off payments. Pornhub deleted millions of unverified videos overnight and scrambled to implement new rules. It was a reckoning, an admission that they'd lost control of their own platform. The scandal shattered the illusion of neutrality and exposed the real-world harm enabled by profit-driven algorithms. For the first time, the industry faced real accountability. End scene. The scandal also exposed the reality for performers. Once a video is online, it's nearly impossible to erase. It can follow someone for life. Performers face stigma, lost opportunities, and little support from the industry. The economics have shifted. Free content means lower pay, more pressure, and riskier acts to stand out. Getting unauthorized content removed is a nightmare, re-traumatizing victims. The system protects profits, not people. End scene. Let's talk about viewers. Porn delivers powerful hits of dopamine. Our brains crave novelty and reward. With endless content, it's easy to escalate. What was once exciting becomes routine, and viewers seek out more intense material. The algorithm is happy to oblige, creating a cycle of escalation. This can warp expectations of sex and intimacy, leading to dissatisfaction and anxiety in real relationships. For some, it becomes compulsive, difficult to stop, even when it causes distress. The platforms are designed to keep you hooked, not to help you find balance. The line between entertainment and compulsion blurs. Why does porn keep getting more extreme? It's not just demand, it's the system. Algorithms push novelty to keep users engaged, and desensitization means viewers need more to feel the same excitement. Creators are pressured to make content that stands out, which often means pushing boundaries. The most visible promoted content is usually the most shocking, not the most realistic. This distorts our understanding of sex, normalizing rare or harmful acts. The industry isn't just reflecting tastes, it's shaping them, moving the goalposts for what's considered normal, all for another click, another ad, another cent. The escalation is built into the business model. The result, a cycle that's hard to break, for both viewers and creators. End scene. Free online porn isn't really free. Performers lose control of their image, viewers' brains and relationships are rewired, and society's understanding of sex is distorted. This isn't about censorship, it's about awareness. Ask, who profits? Who's protected? Who's at risk? Platforms have the power to do better but only act when pressured. We need to see these sites for what they are: powerful businesses shaping culture for profit. In the digital world, free is often the most expensive price of all. Awareness is the first step to making better choices about what we watch and what we support.